Yes, it is.
It's truly our season.
Yes, it is. I
This
believe that.
has been a great start for a new season.
Yes, it is.
Amen. And welcome and thank you all so much. And thank you for tuning in to our sister circle, where we expect, and our expectation is bring a change on to our community and abroad. So we thank you and welcome you for tuning on to come in with us today to find out what's happening and what's new going on in the community. Are you all excited about it? We're dealing with a hot topic tonight because we're dealing with wealth and our health. That's very powerful to me.
Yes.
When you're talking about wealth and our health, that means women everywhere is looking for a change in the season. And I believe that before we even talk about the finances or anything like that, I believe that our health should be number one.
Yes.
And we're here to empower you in your health on today.
Yes.
And we want you all to get excited. Let me tell you, put your seatbelts on because we have some live testimonies here tonight that is excited to tell everyone out there what's buzzing and what's happening new within their church, within their hearts. And we're super excited. Sisters Empowering Sisters, we, women everywhere, has connected and decided to come together with Inspire Network Company. That is a company that is all about change. And change is what we are all about. We're about change. And we joined this network. Why? Because we are on our move for a change for the community with women everywhere. Their vision is to see women free in their health. Our vision is to see women free in their health. Are you all excited about that? And crew, we are here and we are all about connected with this Now That We Know campaign. Very powerful campaign, because the question I always ask, now that we know, what are you going to do differently about it? So what are you going to do? These women have decided to make a conscious decision to do something new about their health, because they knew that their health was in trouble. It was going through a transition and they needed a change. And I believe that this powerful product here is truly beginning to make changes. We have live testimonies to tell that. Amen. And we're really excited about that. We have Sister Jerry here, we see Sister Keisha here, and my own Princess Amber here to tell their story. We even have a sister all the way from Texas that's here to tell her story as well. We're going to also bring her on live, on our live, and she's going to be calling to tell her testimony. Let's get down in this and talk about this.
It's a new season.
Yes.
It's a new season, and when you know that when a season is new, it brings freshness, it brings newness, it brings things that we've never seen or we've never known before. It's all about educating us on what's happening, and as I said, now that we know, what are we going to do different? Because if you know, and if you do the same thing, that's wasted knowledge and wasted information. And today, as you said, we're dealing with health. And these health issues that have gone back generations and generations and generations, but we didn't know any better then. But now we know better, and now we have this phenomenal product that's coming now to bring a freshness, a fresh awareness that's going to save lives. And I'm super duper excited about it. And the great part about it, it's not just something we've heard. We've got these testimonies from people that have actually transitioned through this. And they're going to bring this to Facebook right now, so we can help our brothers and sisters, our sisters and brothers, because you know what? It's not just about the women that use it. It's about the women that's in our lives. And that's why we know so many brothers that have blown our mind that are involved with this, because they think about the females in their lives and how they can make a change to save their lives.
And we're actually experiencing this now. And there's a few things that I just want to share this with you. I believe that God is not only concerned about our health, but watch this. I believe that God is concerned about our ability to hear and move during this proper timing in order for healing to take place. So, do y'all believe it's time to move? I'm telling you, it's time to move. Because women are literally, not just spiritually dying, we're talking about in our health, we're dying, and we're going through the same old thing, and now that we have something here that's hit our market here, we know for a fact, Gerald, that this now has brought on a shift in the atmosphere, because your life has truly changed. Let's talk about that. Your life has changed.
Being an educator, I'm bending. I'm with primary kids. I'm bending down, standing up, bending down. And this was amazing, or is amazing. When I first tried it, I was like, oh my gosh. It was just like, it's all natural, as you you know, gonna tell them, it's an all natural, it's super absorbent. So I didn't have to worry about, oh my gosh, if I stand up, what's gonna happen?
Yes.
You know, we have that automatically,
Yes.
slow,
Yes.
and it was an awesome feeling knowing that everything was staying in one spot.
Wow.
And I didn't have to worry about not absorbing.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
as educators, we only get to go to the bathroom twice a day.
Yes.
That's it. That's it.
That's
it.
big.
And that's interesting
Yeah,
that
that's
Gerald said
big.
it because I'm retired out of the system. And it's funny you say that. I can remember when I taught school, and I can remember literally every single month, that time for me, I would have to go home, change. Thank God that my job was very close proximity to my home.
Yeah.
I had to go home on my break, rush home, change. This was every month.
Wow.
And then I had these severe cramps.
Yes.
What really interfered with my job, you know, the things that I'm supposed to do at my job, I was not able to teach.
Yeah.
So it hindered me from
Right.
being that educator that I really wanted to do because I had a passion for kids.
Yeah.
I love teaching, but during that time, it's like I had to shut down everything,
Yes.
mess my clothes up.
True.
You know, it's something that you go through.
Yeah.
So, you know, I didn't have that experience. Now that you have that experience as
Yeah,
an
that's
educator,
awesome.
say, you know, what would have been like if I would have had
Yeah.
Inspire and Cherish, you know, cats back then,
Yeah.
how that would have changed my life as an educator, you know, during that time. And for you to say, you know what, I can experience the change. I know the difference now. And now you can get in your classroom now and you can teach comfortably. And you don't have to worry about spotting and running to the bathroom. That's really important. I believe that all of us kind of can, and you're an educator as well, Kenyon.
Yes,
You
I
can
am.
experience that as
Yeah.
well.
I am. And just to share a little bit about my history, I have had feminine issues most of my life,
Wow.
from a young girl.
Mhm.
Bacteria infections, yeast infections. Back in 1998, when I graduated from high school, I was diagnosed with cervical cancer.
Wow.
And, you know, just finding out what I know now about these, you know, the regular pads, I kind of wonder, it's always in the back of my mind,
Yeah.
you know, were my feminine issues attributed because of those,
Absolutely.
you know, because of the toxins and the
Absolutely.
chemicals, the
Right.
dioxin, you know,
Yeah.
those things. It's scary.
Right.
And my daughter just recently got her cycle.
Wow.
And I fear that she's going to have, you know, a lot of the symptoms and the things that I've experienced that she's going to, and I don't want her to go through that.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a healing product. I know that.
Yeah.
I feel like it was just made for me. Because my body, even before my cycle comes, maybe 3 weeks before, so most of the month, I'm in pain.
Wow.
I can believe that.
Yeah, and just as Minister Angie said, just recently, a couple of months ago, I had to leave work because I didn't have these pads. I had to leave work twice in 1 week.
Wow.
Because I flow so heavy.
Yeah.
And so this
Now that you put this product on,
Yes.
talk to me about that.
now listen, I'm overweight, so I was a little scared to wear it, you know, because the pad is so small.
Small. Right.
I wear overnights, which are like
Yeah.
huge.
Right.
So the particular day that 2 days I went home, I actually had on an overnight, and I soaked my clothes. Embarrassing.
Right.
But you had you had the overnight, the other
The,
product.
not
Yeah,
the,
not
not cherished.
Right.
Yes.
Right. The
I'm
regular.
just,
Yeah.
speaking before.
Right.
But with this experience, when I tried the pad, again, I was a bit scared to try it because it was so small,
Right.
and I am overweight.
Right.
I remember seeing the young lady that said she wore it for all day, and I said, how can I do that? How can I do that? And I can testify and tell you all that I wore it all day long.
Wow.
Just because I was just and like I said, I told you all how heavy I am.
Right. Amazing.
You all, I did not.
And you know what's amazing? You know, I want to put a pin in
Wow.
it. What's amazing is that Cherish Pads, we have them in day.
Yeah.
We also have night,
Yeah.
and then we have overnight.
Yeah.
Now I want to rewind Kenya's
Overnight.
testimony a little bit because we haven't received the overnight yet.
Yeah.
So Kenya said she
Right.
bleed heavily. Now I'm gonna go back. I do believe you did that with the day.
Wow.
Kenya wore
Not
that
even
with
the
the
night.
day.
No, not even the night.
I really needed to stress that.
Yeah.
Right, Kenya? We
Yeah.
needed to stress that because she went overnight you know, with the generic.
Right.
And
had
so
to go change.
and had to go change. She wore the daytime having experience because
The
I
night.
think when we flew to Atlanta and came back,
Yeah.
we did not have the night.
No, we
So
only
we
had the day.
only had a day. So you wore the day
Yes.
and you were
And she
totally
didn't have to
secure.
I didn't have to change.
Wow.
I didn't.
I'm sorry.
It didn't transfer to my clothes or my
Wow.
underwear.
Yeah.
And so I was sold on it the
Yeah.
first time.
The
Yeah.
first time.
Because I flow heavier, you know, just as I'm beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I
That's
ask you a
amazing.
question? I want to rewind a little bit, talk about your daughter.
Okay.
How does that feel
Mhm.
now
No.
that you know that we have a product here?
Yeah.
And all the things, because now this is passionate to me.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
got me? All the things that you went through, that I went through,
Yeah.
that we went through.
Yes.
Jerry, you have a daughter. Our daughters no longer have to
Yeah.
go through the
That's
things.
powerful.
Now that's what got my attention
Yeah.
with Cherish Pads.
Yeah.
When I saw that video.
Yeah.
Honestly, the first thing I thought about, I don't know what you can, did you think about your daughter?
I'm excited about it for her.
Yes.
You know, yeah, for me too, but for my baby because she won't have to
That's
go
right.
through
Yeah.
the pain
Right.
and the
Yeah.
agony and
Yeah.
just embarrassment
Right.
like I did
Yeah.
when I was
And like
young.
you said, you know, the things that you've gone through medically,
Mhm.
that now you're wondering. I mean,
Right.
you'll never really know, but you're wondering.
Mhm.
You know, some of the things that I went through, the ovarian cancer and different things, were they contributed to these pads
Right.
that I was using?
Mhm.
You know, that these generic pads that I was purchasing. And even knowing that and thinking about your daughter, as you said, you know, I can possibly prevent her
That's
from
powerful.
going through that,
Yes,
from,
it's
from
really
getting
bad.
cervical cancer
Yes.
or yeast infection
That's so
and
powerful.
all these
Yes.
things that you went through in your life. And that is powerful. When you think about your loved ones, and any good parent always wants to shield their children
Right.
from going through
Yeah.
what we went through.
And Elder Kara, for
Yeah.
me, that was my attraction.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't, it's almost like when you have someone this dear to
Right.
your heart, it's not even about
Absolutely.
you. It's about you want to touch the lives of
Yeah.
everyone
Yes.
that
Yeah.
you know could possibly
Right.
be affected
Absolutely.
with, you know, going through the
Absolutely.
things that we went through. And I want to bring my daughter on because I thank her for y'all. Give it up for Amber. She's the youngest one on the camera, but she has a huge heart. And Amber was, I want to call her my guinea pig angel because I used Amber as a try this, did I not? And I would run to her and ask her because I was so excited when we got back from Atlanta just to give her. She was a good guinea pig.
Well, the
She
funny
was an
part
angel.
is that we, you
Yeah.
know, I've never had a daughter of my own, and I think Amber's been like everybody's daughter since we've been going through this. And the funny part was, it's such a personal issue, but we were checking. Like I would call every other day. Is Amber on her cycle yet? Is it time yet? Is it time yet?
Yeah.
Because we're all wanting her to try this
Yeah.
product
Yeah.
so we can know how it's affecting
And
her.
Elder Kara, it
Yeah.
takes a big heart and a huge spirit to say, I want to share something so
Yeah.
personal at such a
That's
young
right.
age. Young breed.
Yes.
I remember being 15, 14 years old. Who wants to talk about a period? So I
Right.
commend you,
Yes,
Ian,
we do.
for coming on to share.
Yeah.
You know why? Because even you realize now, Mommy, now it's not even
It's
about
not
me.
about you.
I want you to kind of go back in time a little bit and share your experience of what type of effects you was having with your cycle
Before.
before you started the church paths.
Well, everybody knows I'm a gymnast, so I tumble, I run, and it's hot, and that's very uncomfortable.
Right.
So when I first had these pads, I didn't believe what he said because I didn't know. I didn't know.
I didn't know.
I didn't know, but when I first tried it, like I had no cramps, and
Wow.
I didn't use 4 to 5 pads like I usually do.
Wow.
Because I breathe very, very heavy. So
What did you go through before Cherish? When you would get your period, how would you feel? What did you go through then?
on the first day of practice, I would stay home because I would either bleed through my leotard, and that's embarrassing
Right.
because I'm in a gym full of gymnasts.
Right.
Right.
I had to go home from school one day because I bled through my pants.
How did you feel? What's your yeah?
My cramps were bad. My cramps were so bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, because like I moved, I'm constantly moving. So
Yeah. And then after the Cherish pads, when when you had your cycle and you used the cherish pads, did you have the same amount of bleeding through? Did you have the same cramps?
No, I didn't have the same cramps.
Wow.
I can go to the gym now. Like,
Wow.
I can run now.
Not being embarrassed.
That's powerful.
Wow. That's amazing, Amber.
I
It
think
really
that's
is.
powerful because I remember being 12 and 13 and 14 years old,
Oh, God, yeah.
you know, going back in time. But I also remember when I got my cycle, didn't want to go to school. I didn't want certain clothes you wear, you felt uncomfortable, you know what I mean? And you feel like you can't definitely wear loose clothes. And I remember also, I want to go back to that, certain type of clothes you felt that you had to wear with your cycle. Do you still feel that now? You have the cherish pads on?
No, I had to wear 2 pants.
Yeah.
Before. I would have to put on shorts and then I had to put on
Wow.
another pair.
Wow. That is amazing.
So do you feel like you have on the pad when you wear the cherish pads? Do you
You feel something, of course, but it's not the same as
It's
regular.
more like a panty liner. Have you ever worn like a panty liner?
They just came up with that.
So you feel something, but it's not big and bulky.
No.
Yeah.
No, and I don't feel it on me.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I want to talk about that for a moment and the feeling of the wetness on your body. Let's talk about that for a moment, if we can. Did you feel the wetness on your body prior to the cherish pads? Did you feel the wetness?
Oh, yes, because it didn't feel like it was going anywhere. It wasn't absorbing in the regular pads.
Yeah.
And
Same
I always
thing.
felt like
Same
there was
thing.
something going on.
I wear, with the regular pads, daily I wear a panty liner.
Wow.
And with
With
the
the
regular, no, every single day,
Okay,
you know,
I
if
got
I'm
you.
not on my cycle, I wear a panty
liners.
liner.
Okay.
And with the regular ones, soaking wet. With this
Wow.
cherish,
You feel nothing.
nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Wow. That's
Amber, do
amazing.
you
That's
feel
comfort.
anything?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's comfort.
It's amazing. Yeah, yeah. And I can remember, you know, I no longer have a cycle, you know, thank God. But I can remember having mine, and I don't know if you can remember when we were younger, I couldn't go to school the first day or sometime the second day of my cycle because I would be in pain so much that I couldn't function. So once a month, I was totally paralyzed. I couldn't go to school. So every month, I missed 1 or 2 days of school from the time I started having a cycle, and because of how heavy I would bleed. And I can remember going to school with these big bulky pads. And like you said, you can't wear certain clothes, or you're running to the bathroom, you know, how many times a day, because I flowed very heavy. And being embarrassed, you hear someone say, uh-oh, you got something on the back of your hand. You know, so, or feeling, like you said, you feel wet. You know, so I remember all of those days and going through all of that. And I remember sitting in some of the meetings that we have when we introduce this to the community. And, you know, we've heard women that don't get it because they've said, well, I don't have a cycle, so I really don't have any need for it, so I don't understand, you know, I don't really think I can do anything with it. And when I hear that, you know, it bothers me because I'm like, I don't have a cycle either, but it's not about me. You know, but I have females in my family. I've got people that are connected to me, and I'm excited because it's not just about me. It's about educating. It's about saving lives. It's about taking this information out there to help young girls to not have to go through what I went through. It's not about me. And until you get that holistically, this is a movement.
This is a
that is
movement.
changing the time.
That's
You know, that's changing where we are. Medical technology is going to be changed, and I say that because there won't be so many women having hysterectomies, you know, and going through cervical cancer, going through yeast infections, going through these things that their bodies are going through because of the toxins
That's right.
that we have put absolutely
That's right.
that are in these pads.
And we're not saying cherish pads can heal that.
No,
What
we're
we're
not.
saying is cherish pads can prevent
Yes.
some of these things. If we were so passionate about this, we would not be doing this at
Right.
all.
Absolutely.
We're passionate because
Absolutely.
we believe that this is our responsibility.
Yes, it is.
Our responsibility to first God to
Right.
spread this wealth.
Yes.
We're spreading wealth to your health.
That's
And it's
right.
really important that we understand
Absolutely.
that. Because whatever you don't get now, I promise you, you're going to get later.
That's right.
Because it's
Absolutely.
going to be, this is like a wake-up call.
Yeah.
And I think about that as a passion. Keisha's very passionate about this as well. She's very passionate. I want to bring on Keisha a little bit to her testimony as well. Very passionate about this, not only about wearing and supporting the product by wearing it and be a part of that, but she's a part of the movement. Really, really is. And Keisha, you want to come on and tell a little bit about your testimony, why you're so passionate about moving this product in the community?
Well, like Elder Kara said, it's not about me. I mean, I have my cycle and everything, but it's about all the women, all the girls I'm connected to, all the women and all the girls that they are connected to. This is a health movement. Now that we know, it's up to us to utilize this information, to be here longer for our loved ones, to be here longer for our kids, to also educate our kids. You know, in the Bible it says that people perish for lack of knowledge. We're giving the knowledge. The knowledge is here today.
Absolutely.
So my question is, what are you doing with the knowledge? Women also, I also saw a study where women today are passing away at such alarming rates from cancer by itself and all different forms of cancer. So it has to sometimes enter your mind and say, what is causing these things? Okay, the information is here now, coming from sanitary napkins that we have been using all of our lives. And we know it's documented that these sanitary napkins are made with toxins. So 1 + 1 is 2. It's in front of us. And we are using these things every day. It's seeping into our bloodstream. And the big companies are getting paid for it. So they can care less about women's health and what's going on with us. So we have to take hold of this thing and educate women everywhere and move this movement.
Keisha, I want to ask you a question. We're going to rewind a little bit. I want you to, because you're wearing the hat.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your experience when you first put it on. Because honestly, Keisha was passionate, but she had a passion when you put it on. That's when she was like, oh my goodness. And let's talk about that moment.
It was very, very comfortable. Like, I could not feel it. I was skeptical at first because I did have, different things that happened to me using the convention, pass that we get from the stores. And I'm coming from people that wear the uniform. There are a lot of women who go to work every day and they are attached to a uniform. And a lot of women, we have restrictions when we're in uniforms. For example, a police officer. Being on the road and you're going on calls and different things like that, you have to have something that you trust. That's good. You have to have something that you feel safe with, that you know is going to handle business. Can you just imagine getting pulled over by a cop? You're a cop. You have to pull someone over, and you sitting there talking about a ticket, and here you go, your flow is on, and you standing there stuck like, I don't know what to do. I don't really trust what's going on right now, so you pretty much have to go through the process. So with my first experience, it was very soft. I could not feel it. No cramps. I didn't have any cramps. I was literally sitting there saying, waiting on the cramp to come so I could say, I had 1 cramp. I had 2 cramps. But I did not experience any cramps. And it was a flawless experience, which built trust for me, because now I know if I have on Inspire, I know I'm covered. I know I'm protected. I'm not in and out like a seesaw and double dutch, like, oh, should I go to the bathroom? Oh, should I wait? Oh, I got 5 minutes. Oh, are they going to pull on me and restrict me from going to the bathroom? So it's me, it's with the certainty of knowing I'm protected by all means necessary, no matter what's going on with my body.
That's amazing.
So that was my, that's my experience.
That's absolutely phenomenal.
It's definitely heaven sent. It's definitely, there's no other way to put it. And this is truly a company that is there to show us that we care about our women and our girls everywhere. It's just up to us to receive the information and push this thing and get our girls in this as soon as possible, so they don't have to experience that.
Because women are going through some traumatic things. I know that with me, I no longer have a cycle, not just because of my age, but I haven't had a cycle in almost 20 years because I had to have a full hysterectomy, unfortunately, because I had endometriosis and I had a very, very severe case. So, once this came to us, and it made me go back, and it saddened me for a while because I remember going through that, and it was such a scary process. If anybody out there has had it or has endometriosis, number one, it's very, very, very painful. Your cycle becomes extremely painful, and the blood flow is very heavy, but you clot. a lot with endometriosis. You clot. And during that time of the month, you would feel it, and I would have to run in honestly, and I don't want to gross people out, but it would be like I'm passing steak through my body, honestly. When I would go to the bathroom, it would be like steak, because it's this formulated blood that is clogged and it's so thick and it's passing through your body. But imagine if cherished pads were around back then. And because you just don't know. You get these diseases from somewhere. And we understand, and I'm not saying I got it from using sanitary napkins, but there's a big possibility. Because I had to change from sanitary napkins to tampons, and then sometimes I would have to double up and do both because of the flow. But imagine using these products. We're putting these products up in our bodies, and we're putting these pads lining our underwear with them, putting them next to our openness, and it stays there all day with the blood that's coming out, and it's going right back up. So you can imagine that it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out, and I would get sad. But then I would feel excited because I said, you know what? My time has passed. It's over now. But somebody out there is going through endometriosis. Or somebody out there is 12 or 13 years old and they're not having a cycle yet. And possibly this can prevent them from going through what I went through. And that's where I get my excitement and my passion from, because this is a revolution. It's a revolution that is taking over, and I'm so excited about it. Why? Because it's ground level. I went to the grocery store the other day. I don't even notice. I have not noticed a sanitary napkin in the grocery store in 15 years. Even if I go down that aisle, I've never seen them. Because I don't look for them. But I went, But I went to the grocery store 2 days ago, and I went down the aisle, and I was amazed. Y'all, I didn't know there was so many. There's so many different companies that have these pads. They're out there. And I would begin to read. And I said, oh my gosh. And all natural. All the perfumes and all the different things that they have in there. And I'm like, when I was using them, I ain't read it. How many of you actually read the pads when you buy those? All we know is we need them. So we buy them. We don't read, and we don't understand what is going into and on our bodies. It's amazing.
Absolutely. That's absolutely right. Let me tell you, we're going to bring on Jessica. We have Jessica from Odessa, Texas.
Wow.
That's going to come and join our live taping.
Awesome.
And she's going to give her testimony. She's on voice streams. I need for everyone to just listen to her powerful testimony. I spoke with Jessica today. Her testimony truly blessed me, and we're calling in, and she's going to share her story live with everyone today. Hi, Jessica.
Hello, Jessica.
Hi. We absolutely great. Listen, if you all can hear Jessica out there, just go ahead and let us know. Jessica, holler at the people for us. Hey, Jessica. How you doing? Listen, Jessica, move it over a little bit for us thank you. Jessica, we want you to go ahead on and give us your testimony. Everyone's out there eager to hear your testimony. Tell us, Jessica, how long have you been, you been on the Cherish Pads? Tell us.
I was introduced to this Cherish Pad back in February. When I was introduced to this video, I saw the video and I said, oh my God, where has this pad been? Since I've had my period. And I thought, oh my goodness, I have to have this pad. I have to share this with so many women out there. My goodness, my story, oh God, I could tell you my story. It's a little long, but let me tell you. Okay, since I was 13 years old, I had my period, okay? I had cramps. Oh my God, horrible cramps. To the point where I would just the pain that I was just suffering through. So, now I'm an older woman. I have 3 kids. I had my baby when I was about 17 years old. After I had my baby, it was so miserable. I still continued, of course, to every month have my cycle, almost every month, I should say that. My cycle was so unordinary that I never knew when I was going to get my period every single month. I tried to go to the doctor, try to figure out what the heck was going on with myself. Nobody couldn't tell me. The doctor said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. We're just gonna check your ovaries, make sure you're okay. Put dye in it. Oh, you're fine. There's nothing wrong with it." And I'm thinking, how can you tell me that there's nothing wrong with my ovaries when I can't have my periods every single month like I'm supposed to, and I can't get pregnant? So I thought, oh my God. So I was like, I have to do my own research. I did my own research, and I found out, Angela, that I didn't mention this to you, but I did mention the infertility, right?
Wow, yes.
So the infertility, I found out that I had polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Oh, wow.
What that means, in my ovaries, I had, it's like a pearl necklace that was wrapped around both of my ovaries that I couldn't get pregnant. And I was thinking to myself, why couldn't these doctors tell me what was wrong with me? I even went to the fertility doctor. She was putting injections after injections after injections. And I thought, why am I wasting my money if this woman is not doing nothing for me?
Yeah.
So I stopped going. I stopped wasting my money. I stopped going. And I thought to myself, okay, how am I going to cure myself? What am I going to do? Well, to find out, polycystic ovarian syndrome causes to be a person to be diabetic, causes a person to have too much testosterone and not enough progesterone. So therefore, leading to, guess what? Infertility. And I thought to myself, oh my goodness, something that the doctors could not tell me that I had, and I had it. So when I was introduced to these cherished pads, I thought to myself, oh my God, what if that was a possibility that what these regular pads are doing to us, if that's what caused my infertility?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So I thought to myself, okay, it took me, let me tell you ladies, it took me 14 years to finally get pregnant.
Wow.
Because I have an awesome God who was there and had mercy on me and blessed me with my baby for 14 years.
Wow.
I have a 4-year-old, and now I have a 11-month-old baby right now.
Wow.
My God is an awesome God.
Yes, he is.
For friends that prayed for me, and for this church pad that I feel that God led me to this pad for a reason. I am going to make sure, Angela and ladies, that every woman and every young woman that has these pads, that they know about it. Because let me tell you, I'm an Ace Hardware manager, okay? I have to help customers. I have to go up and down the aisles every single day. And I put on my big panties on and say, you know what? Even though that I'm cramping, I have to go to work.
Yes.
I have to go to work. So whenever I was given a sample of this pad, on the first day, I woke up and I thought to myself, oh my goodness, I don't want to go to work because I feel so bloated. I feel so tired. I just don't want to get up and go to work. But I did. And on my way to work, after having the pad on for about a couple of hours, I noticed, oh my goodness, I'm walking up and down these aisles and I don't have no pain.
No cramps.
Amazing,
My
Jessica.
cramps are gone.
Yes.
Wow.
Like the Mom Crown says, when you have your feminine flow, right? Ladies,
Yes.
you can all attest to this, right?
Yes.
So when you have your feminine flow, it's like literally, and you were just mentioning this a while ago, it literally sits on top of the pad.
Yes.
And what do we have to do? We have to either cross our legs or we have to sit down because it doesn't absorb.
That's right. That's right.
True.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, Jessica.
Absolutely.
And whenever I had my church pad on, I thought to myself, I felt my feminine flow coming, and I thought, you know what? I don't feel nothing. Why is it that I don't feel nothing? I went through my whole entire day just like any other woman.
Yes.
You want to put these suckers to the test, right?
Yes.
So I put mine to the test all day long.
Oh, yes.
All day
Wow, Jessica.
And I went and I came home. It was probably about 6 or 7 in the afternoon. I came home because we always have that thought in our head as a woman that we got to change every 3 hours, depending on how our flow is, right?
Yes.
So true.
So I came home and I changed because that was the thought in my head. When I put back on a regular pad that I had, oh my God, I went back to the miserable person that I did.
Wow.
I had my cramps back again.
Wow.
I felt so miserable.
Wow.
It was the horrible thing ever. And I thought to myself, you know what? These pads are game changers. These pads are going to change women's lives. Our women, young women, need to know. And let me tell you, women that do not have their menstrual cycles, not anymore, how many women out there have incontinence? How many women out there still need these pads, even the ladies that are in the nursing home, because they have so much absorption to it that it can be used for anything.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jessica,
Absolutely.
let me ask you a question. What would you say out there in 20 seconds or less to women that have not experienced the Cherish pads? What can you do to not persuade them, but encourage them to step out on faith and not even think about and use these pads? What would you say to encourage them?
I would tell them, are you tired of being tired? Tired of going through the issues that you go through every single month? Are you tired of just having the odor? Are you tired of just feeling miserable every single day? You have to try this pad. If this pad does not change your life, you can call me a liar.
Wow.
You are absolutely
amazing,
phenomenal,
Jessica.
Jessica. Jessica, you said it. You said it. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us
Thank you so
today.
much for having me on.
Oh, thank
guys
you.
just blessed me.
God bless you, Jessica, and we look forward to connecting you in the
Absolutely.
future. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Yes.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Wow.
Let me tell you, that was
amazing.
That was an amazing. That was an honor.
amazing.
That was a true honor.
Yes.
It really was.
Yeah.
When I think about it, I think about John 3:1-2, and it simply says, "Dear friend, I pray that you may enjoy good health, and that all men may go well, and even prosper in their soul." And I believe that God. That's what he wants for us. He wants us to have good health, and he wants to prosper in our souls. But he also wants us to be excellent listeners. We have to walk out on faith, and we have to do something different. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do a little bit of a shift. We're going to actually have a demonstration. We're going to shift it a little bit of exactly how the Cherish pads work. And I'm going to turn it over to Keisha, and she's going to really empower you and give you some very important key information that you can take with you. Keisha.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
So I'm super excited to show you guys just a little bit of what has been going viral all over the place, all on YouTube. I just want to give you guys just a little synopsis, and example of what we have been experiencing and why. Okay, so this is what we are all a part of. This is what we have been using. This is what has been changing each and every one of our lives who have had a chance to experience. And I just want you guys to just take a look at it. This is the regular, pad that we get from the store. It's the 8-hour pad. So I just want you first, guys, just to look at the sizes. Look at the difference, right? You guys see that, right? And I also want you to see how it's sealed. This is completely sealed, which is huge. And I never thought of this until Inspire came into my life. And look at this. These are the pads that we buy from the stores. It's not sealed. It's open. Okay, where do we all keep our pads? We keep them in our bag. We keep them in our purses. What's in our purse? Makeup, bottles, hairbrush, comb, everything. Hairspray, lipstick. Everything is in our bags. And guess what? That stuff is seeping into our pads along with what it's made of, a lot of the toxins. So just think about that. And I'm just going to open it up. And this is, again, this is the conventional pad that we're all used to experiencing. I'm going to open it up for you guys so you can see for yourselves what we're going through with these pads. Again, this is, I think I'm going to call this a super pad. Everybody needs this in their lives. All the women, girls, we all need this in our lives. So this is our little super pad on this side. And I just want you guys to just take a look at it and just look at the different look at the difference. We can see that this pad is shorter. Again, this is the 8-hour. This is the 8-hour pad that's supposed to, just hold us and keep us tight, right? And keep us comfortable and everything. So, a lot of our leaders in the company have, been meeting with doctors, medical doctors, just to get more insight into the pads and what's going on with some of the more conventional pads that have been bought in stores and everything like that. And doctors have been saying that the average flow for women is between 15 to 50 milliliters. Some women are much heavier compared to other women's. We also know that some women have blood clot issues, which has a lot more to do with the protection that we all have also. So we have here 50 milliliters of water for both sides. You can bring it a little closer just to look and make sure that we're not playing around with this thing, that it's serious. Again, we're just going to use this, and we're just going to pour this on the pack that we get from the store. All right, we're just going to pour this water on the store-bought pad just to see. This is basically about the absorbency system. This is what we're testing with what we go through when we put these pads on. As you guys can see, that it is starting to overflow a little, right? Yeah. So again, these are some of the things that we're going through. We want to do the same thing, 50 milliliters of water in our pad. This is our super pad. This is the pad that is going to change your life and change your attitude. And we know that when women have good attitudes, guess what? The man have a good attitude, right?
That's that hormonal change.
Yeah, if something is going on with the woman, guess what? The house is not going to be happy. It is not going to be a happy house if the woman is not happy. So, just so you guys see what we're experiencing with our super duper pad. So again, some of the things that we experience when we actually have this flow, the 15 to 50 milliliters, some women more. You guys have heard the testimonies. What's happening when this flow hit? It's actually just sitting on top of us. It's not going anywhere when we're using these pads from the store. It's just sitting there. So for some women, you have blood clots that are doing what? Sitting there. You have just the flow of the blood and some urine and all this stuff just sitting on top of you. What is it doing? It's causing infections. It's causing different irritations. I know some women are saying that they're very sensitive down in the area, which a lot of women are. So instant irritation, skin irritations, rashes, whatever it is. These are some of the things that women are experiencing. So we're actually going to go into some of the different things that women are being diagnosed with. Some women are being diagnosed with breast cancer. Some women not only being diagnosed with it, but are dying from it. Like I say, this is something that's going on all over the country. Breast cancer, cervical cancer, ovarian cancer, suffering from miscarriages. And you guys just heard Jessica's testimony talking about how long it took her, to conceive, which is huge for women. Also with fibroids, a lot of women suffer from fibroids, which is a huge issue with us also. And again, we want to know, is it really coming from the pads that are in the store that we know are causing a lot of issues because of the dioxins and different things that are inside of these pads? So we're going to just use this. I have Kenya, just use that napkin, and you're just going to place it on top of this pad that we use in the store. Yeah, and you're just going to press it on top, and you're just going to press. Press as hard as you can, because this is what's going on, right? Right? It's wet. Right? So we're so used to feeling this wet feeling, right? This is the seesaw that I'm talking about when we're in and out, right? So look, we're just going to hold this up and see that this is what a lot of us are going through when it's just sitting on top of us. Blood clots and all this stuff. This is what we are experiencing. With the regular pads in the store. 8 hours, supposed to be 8-hour protection. Right. And this is what a lot of our women are going through. Yes. Wow. So I just want to show you guys, what our pad is doing. So I'm gonna let you come over here. Can you just put some pressure on a super pad? Okay. So we can just see what's going on with our super pad.
Wait a minute.
It's a game changer. Hey y'all, it's the real deal. I'm telling you.
pressing it because I want to feel
Hey, you
some
can sit on it if you want to.
Right.
Right? Look, it's the real deal.
Wow.
Seriously, I
Real
wish you all
deal.
could touch it.
Right?
Oh my
Dry.
gosh.
Yeah.
It's the real deal.
Look,
So
can
there's
I
the
show
two.
the difference? Look at that.
Yeah, show the difference.
Look at
That's
that.
what we're going through down here,
My
you
God.
guys. This is a game changer.
It's
So this is
amazing.
what
This is real.
That's
this
amazing.
is what a lot
That's
of
real.
women are
Yeah.
experiencing, right? So we
Wow.
also here, I've heard, a couple of women, to those women they use a couple, whatever the case is it decreasing your cramps? Is it, decreasing your blood flow? Is it decreasing a lot of these serious things that you're constantly going through every single month? What's going on with it? Is it doing those things? And for a lot of them, they're saying, no, it's not doing those things. It still had a mad cramps.
Yeah.
I'm still feeling irritated
Yeah.
because of the pain, and I'm still in a bad mood and all that stuff from using those things. And we all know that tampons are also
Yes.
not good to
That's
use
right.
because it's stopping up our flow.
Yes.
And we are natural. We're supposed to flow naturally.
Yes.
So what's happening when our body can't cleanse itself? It causes problems, causes bacteria. It's a breeding ground for all those things to grow. So I just want to show you guys a little bit. We're just going to break the pad down and just show you, what we're going through with a lot of these pads. Now, I don't know if you guys can see, but you see some blue, the blue ink on the top of it. So let me ask you this. If this blood clots and all this stuff is sitting
Yeah.
on top of your most private area and you're wide open for anything, I just want to show you guys this. You see the ink?
Yes.
Where's this ink going?
In my system.
It's going in your system.
Yeah.
The blue dye.
Yes.
The blue dye is going
Yes.
into your system, into your bloodstream,
Yes.
which is also
Wow.
it's a ground for bacteria. It's
Yeah.
a breeding ground for bacteria.
Wow.
So I want you to get in
Yeah.
some toxin.
Yeah, it is.
Right? So you
and not
guys
only
can
that,
see-
but look at this is glossy.
Yes.
This is
yes,
plastic.
Yes.
This is
plastic.
glossy
So you can
plastic.
see, you can see what's going on, and what the women are going through with that, right?
Wow.
So we're also going to go through and show you guys the absorbency system in this. Again, a lot of these things are made of garbage bags, and again, they don't have to put these things on top of on the pack.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that we consume in our
Right.
mouth.
Yeah.
It's something that we put on the outside of our
Wow.
body. So guess what? We're just going to let that sit, and I'm just going to show you guys the plastic that sits there, right? It's not porous, so that means there's no, air getting
No
through.
breathing. Yeah.
So just imagine what's going on when you have all of that stuff sitting on top, right? There's nothing can get into this. Right? So it's, like I said, it's a breeding ground for bacteria.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to let this, now we get ready to break down the super duper fly pad.
Super bad.
Yeah, we get ready to break down the super pad just to show you guys just the top layer. Take a look at the top layer and just look at this, what it's made of. Pure cotton, you guys. You can't go wrong with pure cotton. I just want you guys to look at this, right? And it's porous. Look, air go in, come out. Look, we're not making this thing up. It's pure cotton. Pure cotton. So you guys can just pass that and see how easy it is,
Okay, so look at
to go through it. And this right here, we just gonna call this, as one of our leaders say, it's like the microchip in the computer. This is the ion strip, the algae strip, right? And if you guys just think about when you go to the beach, right? You feel good. It's a natural environment. You're in the beach, just all your problems are gone, right? You can relax and usually feel sleepy. You feel relaxed and you just want to, you just have a good time. These are just our natural environment. We have this sitting right on that special place. So just imagine, the different things that we experience in a positive way when we get to have this sitting right on top of that sensitive spot. And guess what? So from this, you have a lot of women saying, you know what? I'm in a really good mood. Like I say, the pad feels really, really good next to our skin. But a lot of us don't have any cramps. That's huge.
Right.
By itself, we just don't have cramps anymore. We're not going through that. And I just want you guys to just see that this is really the chip that's in the computer.
Wow.
Right? So
Wow.
I want you guys to just take a look at that. And you'll be able to do your research and just Google some of these things to see what's going on. So we're going to pull out our absorbency system. And we're going to put this in the water next to this just to see the difference in what's going on. Right? Again, this is the 8-hour and this is our super duper pad right here. So I want you guys to take a look at what's going on with this and this. This covers, you know, this covers our pad. This house is our pad. And again, you can see how it's just ripping easily. Right?
Yeah.
Porous is easy.
Right.
Look, and it's pure cotton.
Right.
So you guys can take a look at that and see
Breathe.
how pure this thing is and why we're able to, that area is able to breathe.
Right.
Finally.
Right.
You know, and it doesn't have to be sitting in like a cesspool full of bacteria,
right.
you know, full of blood, you know, full of urine or whatever that may be seeping out, you know, seeping out. So you guys can feel that and take a look at that while we sit here and let this, you can feel it, right?
Yes.
So these are some of the things that we're dealing with what's going on down here. And we also have, I actually have a testimony from some of the women that I work with. And one of the women, as soon as I walked in, she just ran up to me and she was like, hey, I need some more pads. And she's no longer going through her menstrual cycle, but she has a lot of leakage issues. So, you know, she tried out, you know, Cherish Pad and she just went crazy. She was like, oh my God, I've been dry all day. And, you know, this is what I'm experiencing. And she was just so loud about it. She wasn't trying to hide it.
Yeah.
There were other guys standing around and she was just so excited to say, oh my God, I had this pad on all day. And I did not have to change, and it's been keeping me dry. And all the guys are standing there looking like, what are you talking about? Y'all talking about a pad in front of us? And that's what's so funny, because it's actually making women comfortable with talking about some of the issues that they've been experiencing and how they feel now about going through what they're going through, the release. So what I'm noticing about Cherish, what it's doing, is giving women more insight. It's giving us more education about our health. There are so many things that I didn't know, you know, about Inspire and what was going on with us. But once I got into this and started with the pads, then I was able to realize that I'm learning so much more about what's going on with Inspire. And we're just excited, you know, to continue to share this, with, you know, with what's going on with us. So we're just going to get a testimony. You guys know any other testimonies?
Absolutely. But,
waiting.
you know, there was one of the ladies on our team shared a testimony with me that I thought was absolutely phenomenal. She was super excited. She called me one day. I was at the bank, and I actually had to drive all the way home just to get her some pads because she was calling and she said, I need some pads. I need some pads. I have a friend that I want to try it. So I told her, I said, okay, well, meet me at my house. I left and I went to the house and I got it for her. And she shared with me this testimony that blew my mind. She said, Elder Carol, she said, I have a friend that has a really bad time with her cycle. She flows very heavy and she's in a lot of pain a lot. So she said, I gave her a pad to use. She said, and she called me screaming on the phone. And I was like, what's wrong with you, girl? What's wrong with you? So she said, oh my God, I cannot believe this. She said, I flow so heavy. She said, and I just went to the bathroom because I was like, you know, got this pad on, and usually I have to go to the bathroom every so often and change. So she said, I went to the bathroom knowing I was going to have to change. She said, and when I went to the bathroom and I looked, she said, I promise you there was hardly any blood on the pad. So she said, I said to myself, I'm not flowing. And she said, she wiped. And when she wiped, it was full of blood. So she said, she said, what in the world is going on? So she said that she put it back on because she didn't need to change. And she said she went about another 15 minutes. She went back to the bathroom again. And she said when she went to the bathroom, she looked in the pad and still she could hardly see any blood. But when she looked in the toilet, she saw a lot. So she said it was so amazing to her because no longer, like you said, you're not sitting in a cesspool. It's pulling it away from you. And it's not just sitting there. And she said it was almost like magic because I thought I was no flow, but there was a flow. It was just that the flow wasn't sitting on top of the pads the way it normally is. So I thought that was absolutely phenomenal.
So we're going to come back, to the samples, and you guys can see this is the conventional pad. And you guys can see,
wow.
We'll just put that there so you guys can see the flow, of the water that's still in. This is supposed to be 8 hours. It's supposed to cover you for 8 hours. So this is what the blood is doing. This is what blood clots are doing. This is what's going on with our women, as you guys can see. This is our super duper fly.
Hush your mouth and keep on talking.
That's what we're going through. And we can say, we can just go ahead and help this one out.
Look at that.
And put that in there. And this is the polymer that's going on that we have in Inspire, which is changing lives. It's changing lives.
Oh my God.
Like I say, Inspire, the company by itself, is heaven sent to me, and our goal is to put this in the hand of 1 million customers between 12 to 18 months.
It is.
And we have signed on to make this a reality, to put it in the hands of more than over 1 million women.
Yes.
This needs to be in the hands of over 1 million girls, over 1 million women, so we can actually change lives. And this is what we're here. We're signed up to change lives, and this is our mission.
Absolutely.
Now that we know, we're going to do something about it.
Right.
We're going to share this with the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Awesome job. A lot of information, and we tried to bring it to you. I know within an hour time frame. We pray that we were able to bless you all today with some major information. We encourage everyone out there to get hold of this product.
Yes.
We are very passionate about saving lives.
That's right.
Women everywhere. And I often say, what you do not get hold to now, I promise you will get hold to later.
Yes.
This has been a super duper
Yes.
Let's give it up for our panel. We're going to have many more testimonies and future to come. Jessica, shout out to you. We embrace your new future.
Awesome testimony,
Awesome testimony, Jessica. Each and every one of you all out there tuning in with us today. Trust and believe we will be connected to this product for life. This has become a part of our life. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. We have a mission, and our mission is to bless and touch every life, every woman out there we see.
That's right.
So we encourage you to come along with us on this mission. Hello, somebody.
Hello, somebody.
Help us tell get this information out there, because we're really excited, because we know for a fact, now that we know, we redeemed to do something about it. God bless each and every one of you all. We look forward to connecting with you. Inbox us, please. Inbox us. Absolutely. If you need any information, connect with someone. If not us, connect with someone you know in your city that know about Inspire. We're here. We're a family. We're growing together. And our job is each one teach one. As we move and empower one another in our health. God bless each and every one of you.